It's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Blues and the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran, in his 9th season now in the league.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. An early task, 2 plays in, this is 3rd and 2. Looking to throw, Stewart. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Washington going to send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. from the gun on third down. Aguilar. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, he'll hand this off. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Throwing again. Stewart. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Down inside the 10. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And they'll keep leaning. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's going the other way.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Aguilar. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Fielded just inside the 20.
Now the Washington offense going back to work.
And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we can put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hands it off out of the gun. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his big tight end here. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw. Stewart. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Looking to throw. Stewart. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Steps away to his left. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. He's at the 30. 10, and nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now they are in prime position, 1st and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Blues have taken the lead.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Well, another drive coming up for this Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, Stewart, and that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, their backs up against the wall, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stewart. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
A 53-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll work down inside the 45.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Aguilar. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Throwing on 1st down. Aguilar. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Aguilar buying time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Here's Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Aguilar. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19.
Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Aguilar dancing to his left. Got a man and he hits him in stride. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
And he's going to try and do this himself.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he's unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
And a Washington offense heading out. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
4 yards on the pickup.
On second down, they'll run it here. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's got some space here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Johnson. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stewart, quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are able to move back in front.
And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And the lead is now 2. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Chicago offense set to get started.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. To throw on 2nd down. Aguilar. Over the middle, it's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Still plenty of time, but they're going to go hurry up anyways. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Aguilar.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, The alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They go play action here on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw again. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Their mobile quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Blues will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this 1st half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Commanders 12.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts,
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. On 1st and 10, Stewart. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this 1st half of play. On 1st down, Stewart got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Titans out in front in that one. The Titans locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The 49ers trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the 1st half. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check on their numbers on the ground in the 1st half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. To throw on second down, Aguilar. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Looking to throw on second down. Aguilar.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on third down, Aguilar. Right side caught by Jackson.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. On third down, Stewart. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Do-it-yourself right there, and a nice game.
I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
To throw on 2nd down, Aguilar. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Looking to throw. Aguilar. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. They'll try again. And this time he's not going anywhere. In fact, he'll lose yardage back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
A 2nd field goal here in this 3rd quarter, and his 3rd of the game so far.
He's been an important part of the offense, that's for sure, and they may need him again before this one's said and done. So I would treat him like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. Leave him alone and let him focus.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Throwing on 1st down. Stewart.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
To throw again. Stewart. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Back to throw. Aguilar. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. And on now is the punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive, and he loses the football a second time.
But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Gets past one man, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
The Chicago offense set to get started. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with the 1st down here.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A pass there over the middle to start things out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On 2nd down, here's the option. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter play. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Aguilar. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass.
13 yards there and a Washington 1st.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Stewart.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Stewart. And that is incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion was right. He had a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington 1st down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Wide open receiver complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
To throw on 3rd down, Stewart.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And as a result, possession switches hands. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand them big losses. So when he got that opportunity, he certainly made it a memorable one.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Aguilar. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
They bring their punter out there now, standing just outside his own goal line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stewart. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Stewart. And he comes back with one complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
In a two-score game, obviously every play, every 3rd down like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same. Right, the coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
On 1st and 10, Aguilar flush to his right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
He's going to keep this again.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say
Personal
you, Mr.
foul.
Referee?
Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
Looking to throw.
Aguilar. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Operating from the gun, Aguilar. And this is caught. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. 35 yards.
And the Blues are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator, and they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter, and I don't see them looking back.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return will stop right around the 25. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Hands it off out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards and a Chicago 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Aguilar. Eluding. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
occasionally you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Blues up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Stewart. And my goodness, another interception.
Stewart's pass intercepted.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for our visitors, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll have a chance of redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.